Hi, everybody. This is Gail. Welcome to my live stream. I promised somebody that I'd be on Sunday night for a little while at 9 p.m. So I decided that this would be a good time, hopefully, to start doing that. I don't know if I'm going to do it every Sunday night, but I thought once in a while I would go ahead. Sometimes the weekend is just too crazy. But with this being a holiday weekend, my schedule is a lot less packed. So, hence, I'm coming on. So, I don't know who all's going to be here or anything like that. I thought I'd just come on for just a little while. Last time we had a really great group. A lot of people came in and we floated a lot of ideas of things that we can do with this channel specifically and really make for a much neater group, I guess you could say. Not that we're not already neat. I don't know, just different things going on. We talked about increasing the number of steps that we take each day to make us a little more able to go out to parks more and enjoy it. National parks, state parks, city parks. We also talked about drinking more water, and that is going on in our Facebook group. Actually, it's one of the ladies in our Facebook group has started a separate group for that. So we're talking about some different things, talking about some travel, things like that. We've got a YouTuber meetup coming up on Friday, and I'm going to be meeting with another YouTuber to discuss some really cool projects that we may do coming up. So we've got Busy Lady in the chat right now. Hi, Busy Lady. And we've got Valerie in the chat. Hi, Valerie. Hope you ladies are doing well tonight. So thank y'all for coming out. I don't know how many people are going to be here or anything, but last night, Tanya asked if I was going to be on Sunday nights. Apparently, Sunday nights are a lot easier for her. So I told her I'd give her a shot, and I would be on for a while. So hopefully she remembered. Doing good, Busy Lady. How are you? I've just been kind of trying to think about some of the things that we talked about last night. We talked about water, and we talked about steps. We talked about losing weight. And so, Busy Lady, you started the group, I guess, a while back, and we've joined it, or I did, anyway, about drinking water. So, I have carried this with me all day today with more orange in it, just so I could make sure I get my water in. And I'm actually over just a little bit. So we'll see where I am tonight. This is in your honor, Busy. Just saying. So are you all having an awesome weekend? And have you guys thought anything more about how we could, I guess, pull together what we did, what we talked about as far as like steps and stuff? Because like I have no idea how to do the challenge. Thanks for that encouragement, Busy Lady. How are you doing on your water drinking today? Busy Lady just said, yay, good job. Oops, I guess I could go through and put our comments up. Good gracious. I'll start from the top. Valerie, you went fishing today. Did you catch anything? I hope they were biting. It's always fun to go fishing, but it's a lot more fun when you catch stuff. Hey, Candy the wee service dog is in here. Hey, Candy the wee service dog. How are you doing? Have you been able to stay safe? I know they were cleaning your building the other day, trying to get rid of all the virus. Are you still doing okay? And Busy Lady says, you're welcome. I did okay. I napped a few hours this afternoon. I don't know how you manage to do that when you're also getting ready to move, but good job. And Valerie says that Steve, her husband, caught a couple of crappie that she had for dinner. Nice. Very nice. And Busy said that her son and hubby went fishing too, and they caught jellyfish. Uh-oh. I'd rather catch crappie, I think. I don't even eat fish, but just the sounds of catching jellyfish doesn't really sound too appealing. I like being out on the water, though. I like the act of catching fish. I just don't like eating fish. I'm weird. But I like going fishing. Actually, it was one of the few things I could usually beat my brother doing. That was a good thing. Patricia Silic is here. Hey, Patricia. And she says she wants to go outside. There you go. My hubby and I, we tried to go outside today. We actually went over and drove up part of the Blue Ridge Parkway there in North Carolina, and it was gorgeous. But our plans were to have a picnic, and it was just like the cooking collab almost all over again, except this time we went to KFC. They're wearing masks and gloves here, so I'm okay with that. And drove up, and about the time we got at the very end of the parkway, it started pouring. So by the time we got to the first picnic table, everything was wet. I was like, good grief. But we went on with it. No, you don't eat jellyfish. That's true. Let's see, Candy the Wee Service Dog says, it only took less than an hour to disinfect the entire building. We only had to stay in our apartments for an hour. For those of y'all who don't know, just quick catch up, Candy's building, someone in it had the coronavirus. So people had to come in and clean everything. She says it only took less than an hour, which is amazing. So I just hope you didn't come in close enough proximity with whoever had it to catch it. So I've been kind of praying you and another person that God would put you both in a bubble and keep you germ-free and safe. Melissa, you too, when you were working in healthcare. So I hope you don't catch it. Obviously, you hope not to. Valerie says it was cold here today. Okay. And in contrast, Candy says it was hot, that it was 86 and sunny. And she enjoyed some time outside for a while. Well, that's good. Patricia, I hope you're going to get a chance to go outside at some point soon. And Valerie, I hope it warms up for you. It was a little cool out here today, too. It's really a pain for that. And I keep hoping it's going to be nice and warm and sunny, because this is spring, supposedly, and like 2 weeks ago, we had spitting snow. So I don't know really who made Mother Nature mad, but they need to be sending her some chocolate and soft music and putting her in a much better mood. What do you all think? That's my thought anyway. I'm just going to assume that since Mother Nature is a mother, that like other mothers I know, chocolate and soft music help. More chocolate than soft music, I'll admit that. I'll own that part. So Patricia, is it cold up there with you too? Hey, we've just been joined by Fairy Anna. Hi, Fairy Anna. She says she was up on a mountain today, driving through cloud fog for miles. LOL, it was a beautiful day out today. That's what we encountered. And the view from the mountains, I mean, the fog and the clouds, it was pretty, but I really was hoping for sunshine. But, you know, we had to go with it. I mean, I don't know when I'm going to get back up there. And, You just do the best you can with the hand you're dealt. Let's say Candy the Wee Service Dog says, the health department said only if we had contact with a person. It's been a month now, so my doctor said I don't need to be concerned. Good deal. That is wonderful news. I actually had blood drawn Friday to see if I have antibodies, just because I went back in Alaska, or coming back from Alaska back in February. We came through the airport in Seattle, and that's where they had brought the folks from Japan. And so I just felt better just asking the doc, because I got sick right after, days after coming back, and had to cancel one of the live streams just because I couldn't talk and breathe. But I thought just to answer that question. So they drew the antibody test, and hopefully by Friday, if not Friday, they said probably Monday, because holiday's going to slow things down. So we'll find out. Patricia says, it's freaking May, and I was wearing my Dennis Basso coat. There you go. It's crazy. And Candy is saying hi to Patricia, and Valerie says hi to Fariana. Fariana says, hey, at Valerie Reese, I'm kidless tonight, apparently, LOL. They decided to stay at the other grandma's house. It's nice of you to share. So it gives you some time. I know you like having your kids around, but, you know, once in a while, it doesn't hurt to have some mommy time. Let's see, Candy is saying she's going to do a video on her Echo Show 5 with camera. Alexis has learned my voice. Okay, now I'm not familiar with the Echo Show 5, so you're going to have to fill me in on that. I actually have, as much as I'm on Amazon, you would think I would go with Alexa, but I actually have Google. So you're going to have to fill me in on what that is. Let's see, Patricia says, it's really loud here tonight with fireworks going off. People shilting traffic, almost normal. Motorcycles all over the place, but I did a quiet section of the, it'll probably pop up here in a minute. Vizzy says hi. Fariana says, it's summer scheduling next week, so I don't mind splitting this week or something. Gets them ready for the schedule change. That's a good way of looking at it. Patricia says, it's really noisy here tonight with fire. Wait, did I catch that already? Okay, okay. I see. It's really noisy here tonight. Fireworks going off. People screaming, cars screeching, motorcycle wheelies. Sounds busy. Sounds like a busy place. We haven't had anything like that. It's been super quiet here. Of course, you know, the rain probably is keeping some people in. And it's cool. See, Valerie says she needs some grandkids around. I'm having withdrawals. Aw. Soon the world will be opening up just a little bit more. Hey. Patricia says she's in a quiet neighborhood and she had all that going on. Oh my. My. Yeah, that would drive you crazy if you're used to quiet and you have all that, because there's those motorcycles alone can be quite loud. So maybe with it getting on toward evening, it'll slow down. I'll hope that for you anyway, because it can be very frustrating to have all that noise. We lived in a place for a while that was on one of the main roads, and we were right by the interstate. So we had some noise, but probably not like what you're having. Oh, Patricia says she loves fog. You should have been with me today. You would have been in your element. And it sounds like you would have been in your element with Fariana also. Now, Fariana says we get four-wheelers revving up and down the road. There you go. A lot of people like that. Valerie says the lake was very busy today. People were definitely not social distancing. That is driving me crazy. One thing, though, about the Blue Ridge Parkway is the people that were up there was not a lot, but everybody seemed to be looking around and trying to get that social distance. So different areas, because like I went to the Hammocks and I'm still so mad about it. I can't see straight. I needed to pick up some blouses because where I've lost a little bit of weight, none of my tops fit. So I went to pick up a couple, and this woman was behind me, and we were kind of talking, and she said that she had stayed home for 2 months and that she had, quote, done her part. And she had a mask with her, but she didn't have it on, but she pulled it up and showed me it was in her purse. And I'm like, I just could not believe I was having that conversation. But she was like, yeah, this is the first time I've been out other than to go to the grocery store and the pharmacy, and I have done my part, so now it's time for me to get out. What do you say to that? Like, what do you say? Mariana says, OMG, the video we took of the mountain trip was crazy. She says you could see the road on camera, but she flipped it around and it was all white in windows. Wow, that she had like 5% visibility. Yeah, ours was similar. You'll see in a few days. I'll have the videos up. I've got a few others though coming up. So I did one where we actually went to the Outback the other night. I've had a gift card since, no kidding, my birthday, and we finally used it. I was so impressed by Outback because, and I hope they keep a couple of these things. One thing that you do now is you put your name, you can put your name down on the list and just go in and tell them, just wave at them basically and give them your name. And then you step back out. And what they do is they send you a text saying that your tables are ready. And then that took care, there was nobody standing around the front because they weren't allowing that. Everybody either had to go somewhere else or out in their cars, and a lot less crowded. And they're still doing the social distancing, and all of the servers were wearing face masks. And I saw some of them were changing. I mean, some of them had gloves on, and we saw them changing them every little bit. So I was so impressed. I wish everybody was doing that. Let's see, Patricia says, Ron and I just piled into the truck holiday weekend and head north. We take 232 to River Road through Easton. That sounds pretty cool. Let's see, Candy says it has the internet, music. Okay, she's filling me in on the Amazon Echo. And she says it has the internet, movies, music, live streaming capabilities, and monitor for your home. Alexa can wake you up, look up stuff on the internet, make calls for you, and do reminders like taking meds, etc. So that's real similar to the Google Home. Yeah. So it sounds like mine doesn't have any kind of screen though. Oh, and Patricia says she has 2 hospitals in her background and she's shaking her head. Yep. Fariana says, yeah, my Google Home Hub does that too, and she loves it. Yeah. I love yelling at mine, telling it to set a timer when I'm cooking so I don't burn the biscuits, stuff like that. Candy says it operates on Wi-Fi, although I'm getting to a modem to ensure I don't lose internet connection. That's a good idea. Oh, Valerie's saying Alexa can set a timing for your cooking too. That sounds great. These little gadgets, they really make life a lot better sometimes, you know. And I'll be honest with you, I did not think that I wanted one at all. But I got to reading, and what sold me on it was a woman who, I don't know how long she'd had this problem, but she had a disability and her husband did too. And they wanted to be able to yell at their Google device or Alexa and tell them, you know, call my daughter or send a text to so-and-so, or to be able to get each other if something happened. And I don't know how large their house was, but she was saying in this article that she had 2 Google Homes, one on each end of the house, so they could broadcast as a speaker and get each other or call for help if they needed to. And that is what sold me. And Candy says, yes, it can. And Busy Lady says, maybe I need Alexa in my life. You might. Or a Google Home. It sounds like they're really similar. I really like my Google Home. And Patricia says, well, that's great. And she says she really missed. And Valerie says, when I get in my office in the morning, I tell Alexa to play my radio station and she turns it on. Yeah. Busy Lady says that is amazing. Yeah, it's totally what sold me, because I really wasn't sure. You know, you hear about how these devices are always listening. And so my thing was, I wasn't really sure I wanted somebody listening all the time. Then I read that article and the wheels started turning. And so you can set reminders so you can remember to take your meds, in addition to, you know, being able to call the husband, send a text message, things like that. It's really been really good. And that surprises me. I didn't expect to use it, but I do. Let's see. Busy says she just worries about the time it doesn't work and I've forgotten how to do everything myself. There's that danger, you know. I actually did something like that one day about setting the alarm on the stove. I'll own that one. But in my defense, it was right after we moved in and I did not fully know how to use this stove yet. I do that. That's my defense. No, I can't say that now though. Let's see. Candy says there's different ones you can. My daughter has an Echo Dot. No screen, but it controls her home appliances. That would be neat to do the appliances or to do the lights. Patricia says she really misses taking her rides. Her therapist told her that even though we fought, we dated well. There you go. I can't imagine losing my husband. I don't know. You're amazing. And I know, Candy, you've walked that same path with losing yours. And my hat's off to you, ladies, because that's just, I get speechless every time I think about it. Because we've seen church members do it, and it's so hard. And Candy said she didn't think she would want hers either, but it's helpful. Oh, backyard. I kind of thought that might be what you meant. And Patricia's just clarifying that. Busy Lady says it sounds super helpful. Maybe I'll ask for one for my birthday or Christmas. Yeah, that's how I got mine. And I've just got the mini. I think the Google Home probably will do a lot more. But where I didn't think I would use it, I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on it. But the mini does a lot of the same that the Google Home does. But the Google Home does take everything a step farther. But it sounds like Alexa is amazing. Yeah, Busy Lady, I'm right with you. And Candy says she's going to use it to do live streaming. If you guys have seen Candy on my live streams, then you already know she does a good job. So that'll be fun. Just make sure you post in the group and let us all know when you're live streaming. That way we can come and visit you too. So it's interesting. I'm seeing a lot of people, but I don't see Tanya. She's the one I promised I would stream tonight for. I'm not complaining though. I just hope she saw the message on Facebook. It did post, right? I better make sure I got it posted. Okay, so now I've locked up my browser. Okay. All right. I'm going to give my browser a minute to do whatever my browser wants to do. Ha! It's back. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so it did post and I tagged Tanya in it. So, okay. All right, so you guys, if she says she didn't see it, we can all say that it was posted. Okay, now to go back to, Busy said one of her residents one day said out loud while I was in her room, Alexa, turn on the radio, and it came right on. I was impressed. Wow. Wow, that is cool. I would never have thought that you could use it in a nursing home or any kind of long-term care facility. That is so cool. And let's see, Candy is saying it's hard this month because her anniversary was May 15th and that they were married 42 years, almost ours. Candy, God bless you. I'm with Busy. She says that she's so sorry, and I am too. Let's see, and Valerie, going back to tech, says that she has a portal and she can do video messenger with her sisters, and the portal will allow you around so you don't have to keep moving your phone or laptop. Oh, that's nice. Yes, she will. Good. And Candy says, yes, it did post, Gail. Oh, good. Good. Because I'll be honest, sometimes I go to do things on my phone and it just doesn't post and doesn't cooperate. I spent the other day, I took so long and it typed in so much to try to update the blog, and I thought it posted, and I went back and looked, and instead of posting, it had saved it as draft. So at least I didn't lose the data, but I just looked at it and I was just like, really? Real, and it's WordPress. So WordPress is challenging for me. But what can I say? At least the data wasn't lost. Now that is something I would dearly love if Google would do, if I could just yell at Google and say, update my blog, and blurt it all out and have it translated. And it might do that someday, or Google Home might, but not now. Oh, and Busy says, yes, they can have all that stuff in assisted living. I just think that's cool. Times change. That is very cool. That sounds like advanced assisted living. That is really cool. Well, I'm glad to know that when we all get in a nursing home, Busy can take care of us and we can still live stream. Does that sound like a plan, everybody? Fairy Anna can create the cooking and do her videos there while she's helping in the nursing home. And Busy Lady can help take care of us in the nursing home, and we can all live stream it. And Busy says, LOL, maybe you could do that with something at some point. That would be amazing. I could actually get things done. Maybe. There you go. Fairy Anna's going to cook. We are in good shape. Oh, it depends on the resident. This lady was 100% coherent. I just love that. I have not, like, I've been with my husband for nursing home visits, and I've gone on visits myself and done them, but I've not run into anybody that did that. That is really a cool thing to be able to kind of keep up with the world that way. So, yeah, because the primary thing that I use it for is, trying to call my husband, or setting the timers, or having it read the news, and I like that. And let's see, Candy says, Alexa says you're too loud, Gail. LOL. She says she couldn't understand my request because you were too loud. That's so funny. I had to turn you down. Oh no. All right. I'll try to be quieter. But my mom used to say the same thing though. So I don't know how well being quieter will help. Okay, let me go back up. I missed one. Okay, Busy says, LOL, okay, but only assisted living, not nursing home. I can't do too many diapers. Okay, fine. Just because you requested. Busy says, some people are all there in the mind, but have mobile problems only. Yeah, I think I'm going to have both problems. My old age is going to be interesting for somebody. I won't remember it, but somebody will. Patricia says, I really want to put my travel stories into one of those books people buy at a gift shop. I really think it would sell in upstate Pennsylvania. Give it a whirl, Patricia. Is there a writing group near you? Because you used to write really well. Yeah, Busy's agreeing. But there, in the little town I used to live in, a couple of people wrote a book about like the history of the town and some of the stories of the town. And they sold it in several businesses around town. The Chamber of Commerce had it, and there was a visitor center, and they had it. So, but those might be avenues for you, Patricia. And Peter Parker is here saying, why are you live tonight? Hi, Peter. It's good to see you too. I promised Tanya that I would come on Sunday nights some. And so last night she reminded me of that, and I told her that I would be on tonight. So the rest of the gang's all here, but she's not. But she still might come in shortly. But that's why. But Patricia, maybe the hospital gift shops too, they might want something like that. I can give you a lead on my publicist if you want to. So let me know and I can send you her information. Peter says, LOL, okay. Oh yeah, thanks, Busy. She says, give her a thumbs up, please. So thank you. And she says, hi to Peeker. And Peter says, hi. And Candy says, Alexa just reminded me to refill my medication pill boxes for the week. That's neat. And Valerie says, hi to Peter. Yeah, I think I'm going to use Google a lot more since I've got a temporary assistant. I can see lots of calendar reminders coming my way and lots of appointments. So that way I won't forget to do anything that she needs. And you guys may see her around some, especially like over in the Facebook group. You've seen her before, and I may have mentioned this last night, so if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. But her name is Cassandra, and she'll be with me until the end of July. I already know her. She actually is the one that went to Alaska with me in 2017. I always have to stop and think which trip, but 2017 is when she went. So you've already seen her around some, but she's going to be helping a little more. So. But yeah, she was the very brave young woman who slept in the floor of the van all the way up. And let's see, Patricia says, sadly, I lost my urge to raise 111 after my sister died. It was like it just went away. I did post a link to one of my Storyhouse stories recently. I'll have to go back to look for that. Did you post it on your Facebook page? Because if you did, I missed it, and I'll go back and check it out. Fizzy says, oh, sorry, I couldn't be your assistant, Gail. No, it's okay. She's a summer intern, so I'm going to use her as though she was my assistant. But she's also going to get to do thumbnails, and she's going to help with the magazine because I got to get that out, because just as it was time to get the magazine out again, the coronavirus hit. So it didn't seem to be a really prudent thing to send out this travel-related magazine and talk about road trips and things like that at the time. It just seemed a little too weird. Where's Stellar? I don't know. I sent her a text message, and she has not text messaged me back. So she tends to turn in early on Sunday nights because of work the next morning. So she may already have hit the hay. But all I know for sure is she's not hit the text message and texted me back. So sometimes, and I'm sure you all do this too, but sometimes I will go ahead and send her a message on Facebook, because you can tell if it's been seen or not on your phone. So that way I know she got it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where she is. But yeah, I'm just double checking to make sure. Yeah, she's still definitely not. I just want to make sure I hadn't overlooked it. So, yeah, I don't know. We can give her a hard time. Tomorrow is a holiday. Is she working tomorrow? Yes. I asked her that about holidays before, and she reminds me that homelessness doesn't take a day off, and so she doesn't get a holiday either. So they can sometimes work it out in advance for like Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's, but that's really about it. Weekends, they're off. Patricia says she'll PM me. Okay, right now I can't even get to my computer because the 15-year-old is here. Gotcha. Well, just whenever you can, because I want to go back and read that on her Facebook. I got that. Busy says same in healthcare. Yeah. Except she at least gets weekends off. So that's not a luxury that you have. So I tell her that she's very fortunate. But then she takes her weekends and she's busy with the church because she's the music minister at her church. So that takes up Wednesday night and Sunday. But that's okay. She's young. The joys of being young. You can burn the candle at both ends. So, yeah. But yeah, busy lady, don't feel bad about the whole assistant thing, because I was very shocked. But Cassandra came to me. She's got to take this class. She's majoring in graphic arts, minoring in communications. And she's like, hey, I need this. And so I got her until the end of July. So she wanted to work with an influencer and do some YouTube video editing and thumbnails and things like that. And she's going to help me with some Instagram. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Candy says, oh, tell her that Candy and I said hi. Will do. I'll do that. Uh-oh, you're kind of getting me worried about her. No, don't worry. She's good. She loves it. Absolutely loves it. She has worked. When I had the ministry, we laughed. When I had the ministry center that I directed back in another portion of East Tennessee, she actually wrote the grant 3 years to pay herself to work summers and coordinate our juvenile program. So she worked with juvenile offenders and did a really nice job. Cannot complain. But I got so tickled at her sometimes because she is so phlegmatic. So like one time she had this guy and he was she'd asked him to pick up trash out of the parking lot. And he was all about how he was not going to do it. He wasn't doing it at home. He didn't have to do stuff like that. And he was not going to do it for the ministry center. No how, no way. And she just stood there. And he just did this little spiel. And she just stood there going, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then she just looked at him and she says, okay, I tell you what, here, take the trash bag. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll see what you picked up. And so I was watching this whole thing unfold because I was reaching for my cell phone because I thought I might have to call somebody's probation officer. I mean, it was hitting that level. And the guy just kind of, he took the trash bag and he's just kind of looking around like, this wasn't supposed to go this way. And Stellar just kind of walked off and left him standing there. And so he huffed and he stomped and he was not happy, but he actually picked up some of the stuff and he took the whole bag and he goes right by the front door and he leaves it there and he comes in. He's like, well, I picked it up. And she's like, good. I'll be out in a minute to check it. So he picks the bag up and he goes back outside and he puts some more trash in the bag. So she didn't get mad or anything. She just kind of stood there and she's like, yep, okay. And then he just kind of wound down and it really confused the heck out of him. But she's just got that kind of skill. It wouldn't have gone that well if he had done that to me. I would have called his probation officer. They would have been down there. So, yeah, she can handle it. Don't worry. Candy says, who was going to ship me some ribs, slaw, and homemade apple pie? I don't. Fairy Anna's the cook in the group. You're going to have to talk to her. Fairy Anna or Val. They both cook. Lizzie says she's good at what she does. Yeah, she is. And of course, me being mom, I made both my daughters take self-defense classes more than once. I'm like, so we tried to have her covered pretty good. But yeah, and she likes it. So, all right, who's going to send Candy, the wee service dog, some ribs, slaw, and homemade pie? That's funny. Whoops. I just got, there we go. So let's see. We're all dealing with weather, whether it's hot or cold or rainy. Hopefully, Mother Nature will hit it just right for us sometime soon. Self-defense classes are a great idea for all. Yeah, they are. I wholeheartedly agree. Valerie made slaw the other day with her ribs, but it's almost gone now. Okay, Candy, there you go. Got to talk to Valerie. She's your person. And if anybody needs cooking ideas, that collab that we just did, I know I bragged on it last night, but there were some amazing recipes in there. It was a nice job all around. So, all right, we had talked about steps also yesterday, about trying to do more steps as a challenge, but like I still don't really know how to do it as far as like doing a spreadsheet and tracking it. So if we do that, can we just take everybody's word for it and just not put it on a spreadsheet? Because what I was thinking, since we talked about it, is maybe what we could do is we could just set our own step goal, whatever we think we can do, and then just kind of report back maybe every week or whatever in the group, and as far as like whether or not we hit the goal. What do you guys think? And just do that in the group. What we had talked about, Candy, was just increasing the number of steps that we take each day and doing that as a challenge to hold each other accountable. Patricia says she makes a mean crock pot, roast, but no one that lives but me will eat them. Gotcha. Busy says yes, and Valerie says that sounds good. What group will it be in? It'll be in Gale Vlogs. I'll just post that. I'll do a post on that probably by tomorrow, and then we can all comment on that one post. That might make things a little easier. Busy says that sounds good. I may not be too involved until I'm settled in. Makes sense, girl. You're moving. But you may actually find out that some of your steps pick up when on this last trip to Alaska. Of course, I had Tomlin, but I tried to make sure that like at the rest areas, at the welcome centers, that I tried to get out and make sure I took him for a long walk because he wasn't used to being cooped up in the van. He did fine, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't used to it. But because of doing that so many times a day, my steps actually went up quite a bit. So you may see that too. Patricia says, I sent the link to the story. Did you get it? Was it on Facebook? I don't see it yet, but that doesn't mean it won't take a minute or so. And if you emailed, I haven't checked my email yet. So I will, I'm sure, if you sent the link, I'm sure I'll get it. Oh, ribs. I'm sorry. I read that as roast. Sorry about that. So yeah, not yet, but I'm sure it'll be up there. Yeah, I'll just try to post by tomorrow night. I'll just do a little thing and try to come up with a snappy thumbnail or something, and I'll just start that thread. So okay, well, I'm glad that sounds good because I've been trying to figure out exactly how to do it, and there are so many different ways out there. Oh my gosh, it was a little overwhelming. Busy says maybe I can get some steps in at the hotels we stop at. Yeah, you can. I'm sure of it. Go ask for a room farthest down the hall if they have it. And then every time you need ice, you be the one that walks to the ice machine. Especially because you're going to have to, usually if you get on the far end, Usually the ice machines are a little closer to the office, and so you're going to have to walk all the way down the hall. It's a little bit of a pain, but let me tell you, if you want to get some steps in, that's the way to do it. And you have the reward of having ice. Patricia says, well, it said run, so we were both wrong. Gotcha. Oh, Candy's got a patriotic face mask for tomorrow. That's neat. That'll be fun to wear. Okay, and Busy says, oh, yes, I always walk to get ice. There you go. Well, Patricia, thank you for coming in. I hope you get a good night's rest. I really appreciate seeing you. And as soon as I get that link, I'll go look at it. So, yeah, Busy Late saying good night too. So we're just going to be on here till about 10-ish. So just a few more minutes. But yeah, Busy, that's an easy way to get ice. And oh my gosh, if you have a little cooler that you're trying to put ice in, that's just that many more steps. Just one bucket at a time. But yeah, I hope you vlog as you travel and get some of this down and get some travel tips, because tourism, I was checking today because I get some various alerts from different places, U.S. travel and so forth. And travel for Memorial Weekend is down significantly. I've read estimates of like 70% and 60% and 75% I've read. So it's really down a lot. And it's because of the virus, which is reasonable because nobody wants to travel. And so any travel tips probably that you can put out there would be pretty well received. And so the other thing that people are saying from the newsletters and whatnot is there's going to be a strong emphasis on local travel because people are not taking big trips this year. So any kind of like local tidbits, like even I realized that I had to go to Knoxville for some medical stuff and whatnot. So it's like, okay, what restaurants are open? Who's wearing masks? And I had to go through part of Virginia to get into Tennessee to go to the doctor. And the rules are totally different. And so little things like we learned real quick, okay, you go get gas, you watch the person in front of you and make sure that their card reader looks like they're working, because then you can just pull up to the gas tank or gas pump rather, fill your tank and put your card in it, and then come back in the car and wipe off your hands and do the sanitizer thing. So that was one little trick. And so we always do that anyway, but we don't always watch for the card reader to work. That's the thing. But like for a long time, we've wiped our hands and whatnot getting back into the car. But the big thing is I brought extra snacks with me so we wouldn't have to go into the convenience stores as much, because that's just that much more exposure. So that really cut down on our trips inside. So things like that, I think people would find really helpful if you have time to vlog rather. And Candy says she has to be careful about doing repetitions because of her muscle and nerve damage. Yeah, I hear you. That's one of the things that I'm thinking of too. And that's why I said maybe we could set our own goal. And so like maybe we can't take steps, but maybe we could like, I don't know, do our arms or something to get just a little bit more exercise in. Valerie says she keeps Lysol wipes in her car and wipes down the gas pump handle when she uses it. That's a good idea. I've been doing it on the other end of things and wiping off my hands and stuff. But that's not a bad idea either. So, I think anything that we can do right now to help protect ourselves is the way to go. Busy says, good tips. We'll be bringing car snacks for sure. Yeah, bring more than you think you need. And now, Busy, you make sure you take your water with you, okay? You've got all of us drinking. So you have to also. Even though it means extra stops, it's okay. But yeah, that was one big thing I noticed because it just really cut, and I didn't realize how many times I go into the convenience store to like use the bathroom, pick something up, stuff like that. So it being intentional really cut down. And Valerie, you were talking about keeping wipes in your car. I saw a lady at the pump use a plastic bag, like one of those plastic Walmart bags, and she put her hand in it when she got the gas pump out and she did all that fiddling around. So she used it like a glove, and then she peeled it off and threw it in the trash when she got in her car. And I thought that was a pretty neat idea too. So let's see. Busy says the thing is, we'll be pretty crammed in the front of the U-Haul with us two and two pets. I'll try to drink a little water, but it makes me pee and we can't keep stopping. Us three and two pets, she meant. Ah, okay. I thought maybe you were going to ship Matthew to grandma or something while you were out traveling. So I'm glad he's going with you. Not that you would move off and leave him. I'm not saying that. But I'm glad he's making the drive with you as opposed to flying to grandma somewhere. Because I'm not sure about flying these days right now. See, Valerie says, I think Lysol wipes also help to kill the germs for the next person who uses the pump. That makes sense too. I think that's brilliant. Or even Clorox wipes. Any kind of wipes like that. I may start doing that. I think that's a really good idea. Busy says, LOL, we can't ship him to grandma because she lives in South Carolina. He has to ride with us. Okay. Well, good. Because it'll be an interesting trip for him. You know, and I know this is not a vacation and you can't stop a lot, but he's going to have a good time overall, I'm certain. Because he's still going to see things and he's still going to get to do things. And that's a really big deal for a kid. Hey, Chef Orel, how are you? And Busy says, Valerie, that is so great. I like that idea too. I do too. Chef, how are you doing? We're only going to be on till about 10. So, okay, just another couple of minutes here. And Valerie says, hi, Chef. Now, Chef, this must be middle of the night for you. Because Chef is several time zones away from East. He says, all's well, good. Busy says, we'll have to stop a lot. I think he has done the car trip up there before, but he's older now, so that'll be different. That'll be so cool. He'll have a good time. Take sanitizer with you, though, more than you think you need, because it is hard as heck to find. So if you bring it with you, you know you've got it. Ah, Chef Orel says 6 a.m. Okay. So it's a little later than I thought, but still early. 6 a.m. hurts. So, well, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight and hanging out. I appreciate it. I didn't know, but I had promised Tanya I would come out and no Tanya. Good deal. I didn't know if you'd have it now because it's kind of hard to find, but good. Very good. Yep. And she agrees with 6 a.m. Absolutely. So thank you all again for coming out. I hope you have an amazing Memorial Day weekend because that continues even tomorrow. So enjoy your day. And thank you again. And always hashtag be bodacious. Don't let life, weather, family, kids, etc. get in the way of living. And let's see, Chef Orell says, whoa, he's been waking up at 5 a.m. for 13 years. Barbecue waits for no one. That is true. And y'all, he was part of the collab I was talking about earlier, and he's got some fabulous recipes. So go check those out too. Thanks. You all have a good night as well. Take care. And I'll see you on Saturday night. Take care. Bye, you all.